Hi, I'm Drew.
I'm Scott.
Welcome to Every Man's Whiskey.
Today we're off to the races with Pinhook.
Nay. Today on Every Man's Whiskey, we're sampling Pinhook Bourbon.
Drew's excited.
Sure.
I'm mostly excited.
Sure.
Clearly I've never had Pinhook. They're unopened bottles.
They've actually been sitting on my shelf for about a year and a half now.
You saw them, you bought them, and they've just been sitting here. So we're going to try them and relay what we learned, right?
Exactly.
We're going to consider the appearance, the nose, the taste, and most importantly, Drew,
the value.
Yeah, we'll land on which one you should choose, maybe which ones you should avoid.
Yeah, maybe.
Let's go.
Okay, let's get started. For our first tasting today, we're going to the Pinhook Flagship Bourbon. This one is 98 proof. This is the 2021 edition, and the horse's name is Bourbon Heist.
What's that run you?
This one is $36.
Okay. Oh my gosh, I loved diving in and learning about Pinhook. There's a ton of their backstory.
Yeah.
Formed in 2010 by Sean Josephs and two of his buddies. Their first initials make up the CJS in the ownership group, CJS Beverages, that owns this. And Sean is the master blender, and he kind of runs most of it. But he has a background in the restaurant business. He opened some of the amazing whiskey bars in the U.S., and he's like a sommelier. He's a whiskey expert, or wine expert.
Oh, okay.
Which really plays into this. Much like a wine has an annual release, they do that as well. So each year they have a vintage release. And so once it's sold out, it's gone. So also kind of a marketing tactic because you want to get it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I like that.
Let's try it and see if it's good.
Okay. It's a decently light color. Kind of a light honey-ish. Has a really pretty nose. I like that. So you get some caramel, a little bit of oak, hint of char on the nose. Nothing particularly amazing, but it's nice.
It's a pleasant smell, nothing crazy.
Right. Going in. First sip of the day. It's a little bit harsher than...
Just a smidge up front, but then it smooths out.
It does smooth out right in the back. I'm getting some cinnamon kind of all across the palate. That one's...
Corn, a little apricot maybe. I get the cinnamon.
Mm-hmm. I was surprised at how much cinnamon is coming through.
And it hangs around.
Mm-hmm.
The spices in general, not just the cinnamon.
Right.
But it's
kind of baking
solid.
spices right on the back end.
Yep.
Vanilla.
So far, Drew,
Oak.
I'm impressed.
Yeah. No, for $36.
Yeah.
It's pretty solid bourbon. So I like it.
Anything else that you get on the finish?
A lot of baking spices on the back end. So the cinnamon throughout, though, is really unique. I do appreciate that. But baking spices and vanilla right on the back.
Does it make you excited to try the high proof next?
I definitely want to, yeah.
We should do it.
Okay, let's go to it. For our next tasting, we're going to the Pinhook High Proof. This one is 119.9, and the horse's name is Bourbon Heist again.
What year?
This is the 2021.
Also, okay.
Yeah.
High, that's 119 proof. Dang. Yikes. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah.
So, they originally sourced their product from MGP.
You got it.
In Indiana.
This is.
Are you going to do okay?
No, definitely not.
You're doing great.
I got it.
Since 2017, though, they have had their product produced at Castle and Key.
Oh, that was a good pop.
It was. Yeah. You were supposed to be impressed by Castle and Key.
I like
Castle and Key.
Yeah, we've been there.
We have.
Yeah.
Since that point, as you know, Castle and Key produces their own bourbon. But it's kind of apples and oranges. The ABV, the mash bill, what else? It's just, it's completely different.
Yeah.
But unique.
Yeah.
Castle Key produced this before their own.
That is unique. Yeah.
True story.
Yeah. Slightly darker. Not too
Smidge.
much, just slightly.
I mean,
Right?
expected a little bit darker.
It's high proof, so it's basically the same thing. Just
More booze.
more booze. Yeah, less water.
You get the booze on the nose?
American.
American.
It's American. No, I don't. Actually a surprisingly subtle nose. Getting some vanilla, some oak, some clove on the nose.
Will you taste it?
I was busy smelling it.
They got it.
Okay, fine.
The burn is not 119 feeling.
No, doesn't sip like 119. So,
It's still pretty smooth.
yeah,
do
getting
you
a lot of brown sugar. It's very sweet. Like surprise, considering this is the same thing as the last one.
The last one was sweet. This is definitely sweeter, especially on the tail end.
Yeah.
You still get some of the spiciness at the end.
So this one's $53. I forgot to mention that.
So about $20 more?
There's a decent jump right
Something
there.
to think about, Drew.
Yeah, it is, Which, okay, in theory, you get this, you can always water it down to that, but, if you're
spinning-
someone that enjoys bourbon on the rocks,
Go this route.
then yeah, I think that this one is like in general, I think high proof is the way to go because you can always dilute it down to what you want.
Right.
So, that said, I mean this is still tasty.
I'm interested to hear your verdicts at the end. $20 more for the high proof.
Yeah. On the second sip, I got the higher alcohol right in the middle, so you can definitely tell that it's higher than the last one.
Yeah. But not blowing you away.
It's not significant enough. You also don't feel like you're like, oh, I'm drinking the high proof.
No.
It's you're like,
A
oh,
little
yeah,
more,
this is-
a little more subtle for high proof.
yeah,
But good flavor, sweet.
very sweet.
Makes me curious about the 5-year, Drew.
I wanted to see if I got anything on the back end. The baking spices are still existent.
They are.
This one, man, yeah, getting a lot more brown sugar on this. It's weird.
Good or bad?
I mean, if you enjoy brown sugar, then it's good.
If you like brown sugar, try.
Pinhook high proof. All right, let's try the 5-year.
Let's do it.
For our last tasting today, we're going to the Pinhook 5-year. This one is 104 proof, and the horse's name is Bourbon War. This is the 2020 series.
I'm really intrigued by this concept. So, Bourbon War is what they call their vertical series, Drew.
Okay.
And what they do is since 2019, they had a 4-year. Each year, they release the same lot of 1,300 barrels.
Yeah.
They get the best blend of those. So this is the 5-year released in 2020. They'll go all the way up until it's 12 years of age. So you can kind of follow the arc along each year as they release the same allotment.
That's fun.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And it makes you want to buy it, so it's a good call on their part.
Right.
But
Especially
they
if the
also
5-year's
have
good.
a vertical series for the rye as well.
Yeah.
So they did the same thing.
Man.
This was MGP. The other two we tried were more recent. They were Castle and Key
Yeah.
productions. So this was older, obviously. So we're back into the MGP stash.
Okay. Fair enough.
Intriguing, right?
It is. I like that idea of
Cool concept
trying it and everything. Up to, I'd be curious what the price points are.
as it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
This one is same as the last, basically, right?
Yeah, $52.
Okay.
Yeah.
Much darker, hence the 5 years.
Yeah, definitely darker.
Not a ton
Really?
on the nose.
Oh man, I was getting like a nose full of caramel and oak in this one, like
I don't-
super deep caramel.
Man. think I might have COVID.
Also some brown sugar again on the nose. It smells sweet.
I'm going to taste it because I don't get much on the nose at all.
Okay, fine. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a decent amount going on with this one.
Substantially more complex than both we've had.
Mm-hmm.
And the wood taste is much more rich.
Yeah, you're getting tons of oak. A little bit of vanilla, a lot of caramel. You're getting not nearly as many baking spices, but you're definitely getting a decent amount of that brown sugar in it. So maybe a hint of like plum, some sort of dark red fruit. Just a hint though, right in the middle.
It makes me really intrigued because now the 7 year's out. So to try the 6 year and the 7 year, because the ones we've tried were at least 3 years aged, right?
Mm-hmm.
The first two. This one's 5 years, and it makes such a difference
Oh yeah,
that I wonder if the 6 and 7 years is much different than that.
that would be really curious to do side by side.
We should try it for a short.
Yeah, that'd be fun. So, also, by the way, as you've noticed, we've started releasing some shorts. If you guys have any recommendations, please,
try
give us
anything.
some. Yeah.
And Drew will pay for it.
Here. I'll drink.
Anything
to that.
else on the finish, Drew? You're good at that.
Mm-hmm. A lot of oak, like tons of oak on the finish.
Pleasant though. I don't think it's overwhelming.
No, it's not overwhelming, but it is a lot.
a lot.
Yeah. So, yeah, you get a little bit of caramel and basically all the flavors that I've already mentioned, kind of on the back end, but it's overwhelmingly oak on the back end.
My wheels are just turning, trying to think through the three now, because this adds some.
This does
complexity
add some
to the choice.
Yeah. So,
Let's find out.
okay. Scott, it's been an adventure.
Yeah, we learned a lot about Pinhook together.
Some would say a horse ride.
I don't know that they would,
Okay.
but it was a good experience.
Yeah.
Thanks for providing it.
That's what I'm here for.
We have a job to do.
Yes, so best value.
Best value, what'd you go with?
I went with the original, their flagship, for $36. Of the three of them, I didn't think that there was a significant enough improvement to warrant paying the $52 price point.
Because you're cheap, or do you think it's the best, or just the best value?
I best value.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe because it was your money,
Yeah.
I went with the 5-year, the vertical series.
Is that because you thought it was the best
I really
one?
did.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think just the concept of that vertical series of following it along through the 12 years of age is super intriguing,
Yeah.
cool concept, and it was the most complex by far. I enjoyed it.
Oh, it was definitely complex and
So
enjoyable.
the high proof, same price point, it was quality.
Yeah.
All of them were decent.
Yeah.
None of them blew your hair back,
Right.
but I went with the 5-year.
There you go.
I think you should too.
Well,
Or 6 or 7.
I think the best value's at their flagship.
What I want to know is if anyone's had the 4, 6, or 7, and if it's really good or not.
What's the 4, 6, or 7?
4-year, 6-year, 7-year of the
Oh,
vertical
the same
series.
thing. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, that would be curious. Please let us know.
Yep.
Well, thanks for joining us today on Everyman's Whiskey.
As always, please be sure to like, subscribe, and share the episodes.
And remember, quality over quantity.
Drink responsibly.
Nay!
That'd have been
Nay.
better than brr.
Nay, said Pony. Who wants to play? That was one of my kids' favorite books. It was this book, okay? And so the book's like, Nay, said pony, who wants to play? And it's like, pig doesn't want to play. Nay, said pony, who wants to play? Duck doesn't want to play.
This goes through every
And
animal.
it goes
ever
through all
made.
the, and then at the end, the horse is like, nay, said pony, who wants to play? And then the last page is, we do, we've been hiding all the time. And I'm like, that's so mean.